Hey guys, Horrorman back for another review. So today we're going to take a look at the NECA Toys Ultimate Michael Myers Halloween 2 figure. Now this is of course part of NECA's ongoing line of Ultimate figures. So just taking a look at the packaging here, you got the Halloween 2 written at the top, you have the Ultimate Michael Myers written at the bottom, and then you see this awesome pumpkin with this skull face kind of coming through. And of course that's a nod to the opening scene and the artwork surrounding Halloween 2. To the side you just basically get the same Halloween 2 pumpkin. It says Halloween 2 on the side, NECA Real Toys. And then over to the other side it's the same thing. To the top you just get the logo, warning 17 and up. And then at the bottom you get all the different credits for NECA. And then finally over to the back it just says again Halloween 2, and you get some really cool pictures of the figure and different accessories and interchangeable parts. So pretty damn cool. You also get a little read up right there if you want to pause it. And then back to the front of the packaging, you can open the flap in the front, and it basically reveals Michael Myers inside that clear window with all the different accessories and interchangeable parts. And then you also get this cool picture of the figure itself. So pretty cool release from NECA. A lot of people have been really wanting more Halloween figures, and it looks like we're going to get them. So let's go ahead and get this out of the box and get a closer look. Alright, so here he is outside of the packaging. And before we get to the figure itself, it actually comes with this backdrop, which is awesome. So this is basically the Haddonfield Memorial Hospital, which a lot of the movie takes place there. He's basically stalking Laurie, trying to finish her off. So you do get this really cool backdrop. Okay, so just taking a look at the head sculpt, at least the first head sculpt. Now this is the one that's actually on him in the box. And this is going to be like the clean mask for Halloween 2. It definitely is a little bit different looking than the Halloween 1. If you remember the Halloween 1, it was like a William Shatner Star Trek mask, and John Carpenter just had it custom painted and changed it up enough to create the Halloween mask. But in Halloween 2 it changed just a little bit, and you can see the changes reflected in this figure, which I really like. The details in the lips, chin, and the cheeks, really nice definition going on there. Really like the lines, just really nicely painted. And then just looking at the side, you do kind of have the hair sticking out just a little bit more. Which is really nice. In this movie, the hair definitely was just a little bit different, so I like that they've done that. And then over to the other side, again, you know, you get those same changes, which is really nice. Good detail in the ears. Overall, just really nice mask sculpt. And then over to the back of the head, again, you can see the hair is done a little bit more messy, kind of windblown, so I definitely like that. And if I overexpose this video a lot, you could definitely see that there is eyes clearly behind that mask. But if you shine light in his eyes, you should be able to see it. But as usual, Michael Myers, you can't really see his eyes very well. Alright, so you actually get two different interchangeable heads with this figure. The first one you get is the bloody eye Michael Myers mask, which is basically the final scene of the movie. And then you also get the Ben Tramer mask. So if you want to interchange that, just want to pop this off, give it a nice grip, and it should come off. And it's basically going to be that straight peg. And then you're going to peg this new one on. Alright, so once you attach this new head sculpt, it looks something like this. And this, to me, is probably my favorite head sculpt. It's going to be a toss-up between the regular mask and this one. But this is just such an awesome scene from that movie. I'm very happy that they included this. And again, I mean, the detail in it looks really nice. I really love the blood running down there. And he does kind of put his hand on his face after the blood starts coming down, so you can see that the path is kind of changed where the blood kind of runs down the mask. So I really like that. And again, I mean, the same detail in the other sculpt. For the most part, I think it is the exact same sculpt. Overall, just really nice details, and I'm really happy they included this head sculpt. Alright, and the third and final head sculpt is the Ben Tramer mask, which is an awesome inclusion, man. Now, if you look at this mask, it is basically supposed to be the same mask as Michael Myers, but of course, Myers has worn this mask out a little bit. But you can see it's a much paler mask. It kind of has that more kind of Halloween mask look to it. The hair is really fluffy looking. He just really has a much paler face than the Michael Myers. The only paint flub in this is the mouth doesn't quite go all the way over, so I might fill that in with a pen or something. But overall, like, really cool look to this mask. And again, I have to wash out this video just to actually see the eyes, but yeah, you can see his eyes are definitely a different color than Michael Myers. Alright, so just taking a look at the details in the rest of the Michael Myers figure. Just like any other NECA, man, there is some really nice sculpting detail. First and foremost, if you kind of tilt his head away from the collar, it does look like there's a bullet hole where it skims his neck. Now, he does have that collar kind of popped just like the original one did. But I always thought the collar on this movie kind of was closer together. It almost looks like a turtleneck or something. But he does have that collar, and I think they've done a really nice job with that. You could see that there is other like tears and actual bullet holes in some of the costume. I think he was shot 6 times, so you do have those bullet holes on there. He's got that mechanic's outfit just like he usually wears, and you can see it's got a little bit more wear and tear on it than you would see like in the first movie. You got nice wrinkles going through the rest of that outfit. And you can see the bullets actually penetrate through his back. So you got at least 3 of them right here. So really cool. Definitely liking that. It looks like there actually might be 4 bullet holes there. You got the like the little elastic on the waist there. You got the pockets on the Myers butt. And then of course you got the wrinkling on the sleeve. Out of the box, he does come with the looks like the scalpel gripping hand, which is done really nice. And on the left hand, you get the open or choking hand, and you can see it's got, again, great detail. You got the lines on the hands, you got some veins showing, like right here. And overall, the hand looks pretty dirty, and that's accurate to the movie. And if you look at the front of this, you can actually see all the bullet holes from the first movie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the bullet hole in the neck is probably from the second one, and I think that's when he first busts through the window in the Haddonfield Hospital. And down to the bottom of the figure, again, you got that really nice wrinkling through the outfit there, and you do have like a texture over this whole thing, so it kind of is nice. It really does give the look of like a fabric clothes. I really do like the wrinkles. He's got the boots like he usually does. You can see the little laces and the eye holes. The soles look pretty good. Same really nice detail all around. It's really nice wrinkling. And then you do have 2 peg holes on the heels of the feet, as well as some different tread on there. So overall, great details on this figure. So the articulation is a huge plus with this ultimate NECA figure line. It's definitely what makes them different from these older figures that they released. So just taking a look at that articulation, the head has some pretty good movement here. Of course, you got the classic Michael Myers head tilt, and you really get a nice bit of that too. You can look down pretty far. You can look up a little bit, but the collar definitely hinders it. He can turn left and right with no issue. The arms go out about that far, and they do go pretty far down, pretty much all the way. You really don't get that swivel here at the bicep, but what you do get is a rare thing in NECA. You do get the double elbows, so we could really get a pretty good pose, maybe 90 degrees, maybe even more. So you get some nice range in that. You can also twist, which is nice. He could twist the wrist, no issues. Also kind of cradle the wrist. So this is the one problem with this though, is the hands do come off fairly easy. But he does have good range there. Not much at the waist because of the way this outfit kind of works. So you really don't get much there. But you can bend him over. He can also bend back. But yeah, you really don't get much side to side, barely any at all. You do get a good split, or a big karate kick. You do get a swivel here at the thigh, just a single hinge on the knee. He can pivot down and up with the foot, not much up, but a good amount down. And then you can actually rock the ankles really nice. So she'll be able to get some good poses with this Michael Myers figure. And he does actually stand pretty good with no real issues. You just have to get the feet straight. But yeah, overall, great articulation for a horror figure. Alright, so just like all the other NECA Ultimates, you do get a fair share of accessories with this figure, and Michael Myers definitely has some awesome weapons to dispatch his victims. So just taking a look at the first accessories, you do get the hammer, which is done very nice. You get the light wood handle, and you can see some little wood pattern in the handle itself, and then you have this brushed silver just on the actual hammer part, and I think it looks pretty good. Most of these accessories, pretty much all of them, are clean. You really don't get any blood on them, so if there's one issue, I do wish there was a little bit of blood detail, but you also get the syringe, and this is done really nice, and it's all clear, and then you can see the different lines for the measurement on the actual syringe itself, and then of course you have the needle, which is pretty long. But yeah, really cool pieces, and he definitely dispatches a couple enemies, at least one with each of these. And then you also get the scalpel, which is, I would say, his primary weapon in this. He actually kills and stabs a few people with this one. So the scalpel, I would say, is his primary weapon in the second movie. And he did a nice job on this. You can see different lines on there, and the blade has a nice curve to it. Again, no blood on this one. And then the final weapon you get is the trusty kitchen knife, which is a bit longer kitchen knife than he has in the first one, and it's a little more slender. It's not quite as triangular and thick, but it is accurate to the movie. He actually steals it from a woman that was cutting a sandwich, and you can see little serrations on the blade. And besides the weapons, you do get a few different interchangeable hands. Now on the figure itself, you get a relaxed hand on his left and the scalpel gripping hand on his right. But with the interchangeable hands, you actually get two different gripping hands. So you get the right hand and the left hand, and they would be good for the hammer or really anything except for the scalpel. And then you also get the left open, a little bit more open hand. Now I kind of wish they would have went with a right gripping hand on this, so you could do like a double-handed choke. So you can't really do that with this figure. So I'm not sure why we got a wider open hand and then another open hand. So it doesn't really make any sense. So that's a little downfall with the hands. And interchanging the hands is very, very easy, almost too easy. So the hand will actually pop off very, very easily. And it's just this little short peg in here, which I think is the issue. The peg probably could have been a little bit bigger or a little bit longer. And you just want to peg the hand in, and there is your gripping hand. And he does get a really nice grip on that hammer. I really like how NECA does these hands. They're not like rock hard, so you can kind of bend the hands a little bit to get those accessories in. So yeah, overall he's got a really nice grip on that hammer. And here he is holding the scalpel in the right hand. And like I said, I really think that the right hand that he comes with in a box is really best suited for this scalpel. You can fit that knife in that right hand, but I think it'd be better just to use this other alternate gripping hand he comes with. It definitely seems to be more appropriate for the knife. And here he is with the right gripping hand holding the knife. And here he is holding the syringe, and I really like it with this hand because he kind of has the thumb up just a little bit, like he's getting ready to press that in. So it does appear that that one is supposed to be put in this alternate interchangeable right hand. Alright, and saving the best for last, this is the last accessory you get with Michael Myers, and this thing is amazing. Now, of course, you always get a pumpkin with a Michael Myers figure. NECA has always gave a pumpkin to represent each movie, which I love. So this one, of course, you get the jack-o'-lantern face cut out, and if you just spin it around, you just basically get those nice details in here. Now you do see a little bit of breakup here, but overall, really, really nice details in the pumpkin itself. So it looks really cool. And if you look at the eyes, you can kind of see the pumpkin guts and things like that. But what makes this so unique is that it actually opens up, just like the credit scene from the original Halloween 2 movie. And then you can actually rotate this skull that is inside of the pumpkin. And if you get this right, you can kind of make it look just like that intro scene from Halloween 2. And I just think that looks so freaking cool. And the skull, I mean, hidden inside of there is really nice detail on it. You can see all the different details kind of done with black. You got the eyes, the nose, and all the individual teeth. Just really, really nice details all around. And that just works from a hinge. And you could really see all the sides of the skull. Just really, really nice work. So when you close it up, you just kind of put the skull to one side, and then it just seals right back up to the pumpkin. Now you really can't get this crack in the pumpkin to close all the way, unfortunately, but overall, just really an awesome accessory. Alright, so for the first comparison, here he is next to the Laurie Strode and Michael Myers from the Halloween 2018 movie. And you can see that this Halloween Michael Myers is definitely a little different looking than the 2018 version, especially looking at the collar, the color of the costume, definitely the color, and just the look of the mask. But overall, I do like the height between him and Laurie. I just wish we had a young Laurie Strode. I don't know, I can't put these two in a photograph together. It just doesn't make sense. But all in all, they do look really great on a shelf together. And if some reason you want to swap out some parts between this one and the Halloween 2018 one, you can. I went ahead and put the Bleeding Eyes head sculpt on that one, so you can see it kind of gives you a different look. So it's nice that they are interchangeable. And here he is next to the original Night He Came Home box set made by NECA Toys. You have the Dr. Loomis on the left, and then the Halloween 1978 Michael Myers on the right. And you can see the original figure was definitely a little more bulky, so this Myers is a little bit taller, which is definitely inaccurate. But I do like the height comparison between him and Loomis. You could definitely get that to work. Here he is next to some other NECA horror toys. You have Sam from Trick or Treat, Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th Part 3, and then you have the Ultimate Chucky with the Curse of Chucky head. And here he is next to Shelly from Sin City, which is my favorite figure to use for Damsel in Distress for my horror photos. And then you have the Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And for the final comparison, here he is next to the Halloween 1978 Michael Myers and the Friday the 13th Part 3 Jason Voorhees. And both of these are made by Mezco Toys, and it's part of their 112 collective line. Now those are in 6-inch scale, and man, they just don't hold a candle to these NECA figures, and they're so expensive. But yeah, you can see that he is definitely way taller than them. Alright, so that's my review of the Ultimate Michael Myers Halloween 2 figure. And man, I think NECA has really killed it with this figure. I mean, this thing is badass. I love the accessories it comes with. You really do get the majority of the weapons that he uses in the movie. Matter of fact, I think you get them all. I love the pumpkin, man. That thing is above and beyond. I do love when they do like the light inside of the pumpkin, but I think this is unique. It's a huge part of that original movie with the intro, so I think a lot of people are going to have fun with that. But overall, the figure in general, I think this actually might be the best Michael Myers figure of all time. Now, of course, I'm not talking about, comparing it to custom figures and 12-inch scale and whatever, but as far as mass-produced, licensed figures, I think this is the best one so far. I really don't have much complaints with this one. The only thing I really had was the hands do kind of come off a little easier than they should, so I kind of wish they locked in just a little bit better. And my Ben Tramer mask definitely is missing part of his mouth, so I do have a minor paint flub. But overall, I mean, it's an excellent figure. I really don't have any other issues besides those. So thanks for watching my review. Please like the video if you liked it. Leave a comment or question if you have one. Please subscribe. And until next time, guys, see ya.